Hi YouTubers, I would like to introduce myself in a really quick video because I do plan on uploading more material in the very near future thanks to some encouragement by a couple of really loving souls. So my name is Mia and my channel is called Purpose Driven Soul, and I would like to focus my content on things that have to do with holistic wellness, having a holistic mindset in your life, life coaching, healthy eating, the use of herbs and natural products for skincare and self-care, hosting personalized mini retreats for self-care, men and women, but definitely parents. I think it's so essential that parents practice self-care so that they can be the greatest example for their children and offer the greatest amount of balance and support for their children. And I find through experience that it's a lot easier. You are more well equipped to handle all the tasks that go along with parenting when you yourself are more balanced. So there's that. I'm trying to stick to all the points and not go off on a tangent, which I sometimes do. So if you like people that go off on a tangent sometimes, then you want to stick around because that's one of my specialties. But yeah, so I will mostly be sticking to those topics. Definitely, if anyone ever has any questions or concerns, please feel free to message me or leave a comment below so that I can respond. I ask upfront that everybody remain respectful of different opinions and different experiences because there's no cookie cutter roadmap or blueprint that every single person should follow. I think that if you are open and in tune, that you are kind of led to carve out your own path, so to speak, as opposed to following every single thing someone says to the T and expecting the same results. I feel like that's not really why we're here. I think it's great to have general guidelines and then allow yourself to have some imagination and creativity within those guidelines and just kind of carve out your own niche, so to speak. I personally feel like I don't fit into a certain niche, but I'm okay with that. I've always been kind of not quite all the way in one category. So I feel like I tend to draw away from crowds because I know I don't fit into crowds. So if you can identify with that, I think you'll also find this a very comfortable space to share and ask questions. So yeah, I will be uploading more videos coming soon. I am planning my first in-office mini retreat. The goal of this retreat is to teach methods of self-care. Like I said, it could be for men or women. There's no age limit. Feel free to take notes or save the video so that you can go over the information that I share. Let's see. I'm not a techie. I'm not like the best at figuring out lighting and soundtracks, but I imagine as I practice this more, I'll get better at that, and then we'll see some improvements in the quality of these videos. Right now, I'm in between clients, and I just thought I should pop in and just get started, right? You can't have like a perfect time for everything. Sometimes you just gotta make that move forward and see where you land once you jump. And some people are like, that sounds crazy. Like, you should have a safety net, you should have a plan A, B, and C, but sometimes you could just plan and plan and plan and it still never feel like the exact right moment to move forward, and then you end up just sitting and getting stuck, right? So this is me jumping right into it. I made some videos quite some time ago, and I think I got discouraged because I didn't really see anybody was viewing the videos. And I'm like, well, what's the point? You know, if no one's gonna watch and learn anything, if I'm not helping anybody, I don't really see the point in making these. But I'm gonna just start making them, and I feel that whoever is ready to come to a point where I would become somehow helpful in their life, I feel like they're going to be attracted to these videos, and they're going to find me, and I'm going to find them, and we're going to link up and just really take off together, jumping together and trusting that as we land, there will be a space for us to land in, right? So yeah, I'm hosting a mini retreat coming up soon, and I'm going to be going over, still deciding, somewhere between 5 or 6 different methods of self-care that can be used, because like I said, it's super, super integral, and being able to teach your children these things as well has helped me so much in terms of discipline. I never wanted to be a harsh disciplinarian. I don't love the idea of beating small people. I'm not completely and totally against, you know, a little butt pop or a little spank. I don't think that's gonna create a psychopath, but you know, I don't want that to be the first, middle, and only way that discipline is offered. I feel like that's more of a punishment, not actual discipline anyway. So I try to discipline my kids by teaching them different methods of how to kind of cope in different situations. Like, you know, in a heated argument, you want to remain respectful in your communication. You want to make sure the other person is being heard, and you really can't expect to be heard if you're not willing to hear. So that's supposed to be a rule. No name calling for sure. That never helps anything. You might think you feel better in the moment by calling someone a name, but normally it's not actually adding to a resolution. So we have rules in our house, and that's my type of discipline, is like offering different types of coping skills to get through maybe some of the more challenging moments in life, and then teaching them also how to manifest and align with their purpose so that they don't feel lost and wandering, and like, you know, maybe they're just here for no reason, or they're here for some reason and they don't know why. I'm really trying to do my best to help them understand how all of these things work. And it's definitely a stretch for me because I was raised so differently, pretty conservatively. I was definitely overprotected. I was definitely raised in a religious household. My mother was very religious, very into church. So ever since I was a very small child, that was my environment, and so that's how I grew up, and I've had to unlearn so many different concepts and teachings. That's probably been the hardest part of being an adult, is unlearning all the things I was taught as a child, to believe about myself and others. So yeah, that's been so fun. Thanks, parents. You know, they do the best that they can, just like I am. And I'm sure my kiddos have lots of complaints about how I could stand to improve. But I'm open to improving. I'm not open to disrespect being exchanged. I'm not open to name calling or, you know, putting one another down. But other than that, I'm open to listening to their opinions because I feel like their opinions do matter. You know, I'm not necessarily going to abide by what they say, but I don't have a problem with them sharing as long as they're being respectful. So that's my short, quick introduction. That's probably as short as I'll ever be knowing me, but I'll try to keep them 10 minutes and under so that people don't get sleepy. All right, but yeah, grab snacks and drinks, and pull up a pillow and a blanket and tune in when you see the next video. Like and subscribe and share, because sharing is caring, right? Okay, YouTubers, thank you for welcoming me. If you have any comments or advice, I'm open to receiving that as well, as long as it's shared in love with respect, and I will always do the same for all of you out there. All right, peace and enjoy your day.